Hello, and welcome to Storytime with Katie and Glenn. This is Glenn Coco, aka the son of Coco, and we are going to talk about his birth today because it was quite traumatic for all involved. But as you can see, he's here. He's very docile, so friendly, loving life. Okay, how old is he today? So we did some math. He's 11 days old today. He has been in my lap pretty much every day of his life, and I have no complaints. But I said his birth was pretty traumatic, and I figured we could just kind of sit and talk through it here and then show you kind of what was going on. It was a little bit quick. We didn't even realize that he was going to be coming at 5:30 p.m. so no one was here to do the professional filming side of things, so it's all phone footage. So once we get to the part where he's all safe and sound and we're doing all the aftermath, it'll swap over to regular footage. But for now, I'm going to tell you a little story about how he came to Earth. So let me set the scene. It was that evening. It was Friday. We were in the barn. We had a vet visit. Now, this is where I think, I believe so heavily in God's timing, because my vet was late. He was late to come look at Woody, who needed his bandage changed, and we were talking about whether he could get his bandages off or not. We were kind of just taking our time, and while we were doing that, Rachel said, hey, I think we should check the cameras on Coco just in case, because she had had a couple little milk drips happening that morning, and so we kept her in because of that. We were like, hey, we'll keep her inside, watch her on the cameras just to make sure, because her foal alert wouldn't work if she was outside. Spoiler, it didn't work anyway. But anyway, she looked at the cameras and was like, something's sticking out. And this little boy's front feet were sticking out. And I said, oh my God, I'm going. So she stayed with the vet. I hurried over here. Luckily, Lindsay was here because she's been here for 2 months straight. And so I called her and I said, hey, you gotta get outside. Coco's having her baby. And so by the time I pulled up to the mini barn, mind you, the big barn is just across the street. I pull up to the mini barn. She comes in here barefoot with a towel on her head and in a tank top. It's cold, okay? She hopped out that shower to come out here for Coco. And I walk in, everything seems normal. I'm like, okay, we're gonna watch this birth happen. So we had the little front feet sticking out, 2 feet were present. So I was like, okay, we're doing good. Then she starts rolling in a not normal way. There was this one specific roll where Coco got on her back and paused. And it looked so, it almost did look funny if you didn't realize the dire situation that we were in. And so she rolled and was pausing. She's making it about herself right now. This is about your kid. It is about her. She's a freaking warrior. So I started noticing this behavior and was like, okay, maybe she's struggling. Well, then I notice a lot of leg is coming out, way too much leg. Mind you, when a foal comes out, it's supposed to be in the quote unquote Superman position. So they're supposed to be coming out 2 front feet and their nose not very far behind it. It's supposed to be laid right directly on top of their legs, just a little bit behind their feet. And so I'm seeing a lot of this little leg with no nose, which can mean a lot of things. It can mean their head is, caught backwards, which is really bad. It can mean that their head is turned or down, or there's a lot of things, but it's definitely a dystocia, which means improper presentation coming into the world. And that can cause a lot of problems, especially with her pushing with the might of 10 elephants. I mean, she was pushing harder than any mare, mini or big, I have ever seen. I've never seen a mare just absolutely say, I'm getting this baby out regardless of what's going to happen. She was pushing relentlessly. There was no breaks. I don't know how she wasn't exhausted. So I noticed this and I go trying to palpate and feel. So I'm sticking my hand in, and then I'm in wrist deep. And then I'm past my wrist. I'm having the hardest time finding the nose, finding the head. And mind you, this sounds all scary. Notice him eating my hand. Okay, so everything went okay. But I shift my hand to the right and I feel an ear and his forehead. And that's it. Everything else is downward, pressed backwards, and under her pelvis. Like, it was definitely caught. And she was having a very hard time getting him past that. And in that moment, I also, in a perfect world, she would not have been pushing as hard. And I would have been able to perhaps pushed him back in a bit, maybe helped reposition him if I'd had some time and if she had been relaxed enough and not pushing hard enough. But with her pushing as hard as she could, I couldn't push back in, I couldn't reposition, and I was worried she was going to kill him or hurt him with how hard she was pushing in the presentation he was in. So that is when, mind you, this is all happening so fast. That is when we called the vet, who was, like I said, God's timing, across the street. And we were like, hey, we need you. Something is wrong. Can't feel the head. I feel an ear. Mind you, this is a mini horse. There's not as much room for hands and arms and things to reposition, right? We start feeling around, and he's like, with as hard as she's pushing, if we were to push it back in and try to reposition, we would have to sedate her, block her, give Buscopan, do all these different things that take time, probably time we don't have. The sac had been broken for a long time, and so he said, I personally believe she can do it. I believe she can I think she can have this baby. Mind you, I could have held tension, but I refrained because with the way his positioning was, I was afraid I was going to do more damage than help. But when the vet felt around, he said, I think it's okay. I think, maybe they're going to come out bruised. Maybe they're going to, be a little sore, but I think they'll be okay. And so he applied a bit of pressure, and there's a moment when this little baby pops out, and you can see just how contorted his head was. And I don't know how she did it, but she did. And she got this little baby out. And after that, obviously we gave her a minute. He went right to being alive and being a spunky little man and was ready for life. And that sounds so quick, and it sounds quicker than it was in the moment. It was very emotional. It was truly one of those moments where I didn't know if he was going to be alive. I didn't know if baby was going to be alive. I didn't know if we were going to have to take her into the vet clinic. I didn't know. And it was very scary. But I'm so grateful that I have this little baby now, and that he is alive, and that he is safe, and that Coco is safe. She didn't bruise. She didn't tear. She is perfect, and they have been the perfect little duo. And so after that, all went textbook. And I'm going to let y'all watch that now. Come here. There's mommy. There's mommy. There's mommy. Does that make your day better?
Much. I'm telling you, it was a sign. I got out of the shower and you called me. And I was
my God.
This is meant to happen.
I'm so glad the vet was here. It was an emergency. His head was like this, and her pelvis was here. Like she was pushing with a force like I've never seen a mare do. So I think she was like, I'm getting this baby out. So I got my hand in there and could tell, oh shit. Then, luckily, he was here doing something else. Called the vet. Was like, get over here right now. He's got big meaty paws. So I was like, are you going to be able to do it? He gets his hand in there. He's like, yeah, there's an ear and a dome, but I don't feel the nose. The nose is down here. And he was like, we could do all the things, but I really think she could have it like this. And I think it'll hurt it less. And I was like, okay, you do you. And that's what happened. I can't believe it. Look at this baby. Mommy is hurting, and Miss Rachel is going to get some Banamine for me right now. We have Banamine paste over here, but the shot is much better. Works way faster, so she went to go get some. I know, I hate that he keeps sliding. I wonder if we need to put some more down. Because he's like, this is some bull. There's your baby. It's your baby. We close the doors for you. Nice and cold in here. Oh, he's up. Will you halter her? Yes. So, she's already past her placenta. There's no reason to make her contract still. Like, her body's like trying to expel all the stuff still, but there's nothing left to expel. And so there's no reason for her to be cramping and not taking care of her baby, because right now she wants to take care of him, but she's like keeps having to take breaks because her body's cramping. So I'm gonna give her Banamine. It's gonna kind of take that pain away so she can focus. But I don't give it to her until she's past everything, because it will stop the contractions from happening, and then she won't get everything out that she needs to get out. So, put it on this side. Oh my gosh, he's a, listen to him munching back there. He's cute. I can't believe I just got that stick, honestly. Hell yeah. I couldn't even, I was like, this looks like where a vein would be. Oh my god. So we gotta, luckily with him being so tiny, it's pretty easy to clean him up and do all the things, because he can't really manhandle you like the other babies do. So we're gonna clean his umbilicus. I remember distinctly with one of my mini babies, the vet picking him up. Ah! Well, I got it before it happened. But I remember the vet just yoinking him up and like looking. He's like, looks good. He was supposed to come out with white. Both of his parents are like pintos. She is, you just can't see it because she's grayed out.
Okay.
He could gray. Actually, I feel like he is gray, actually. Like with his muzzle and he's probably gray. And the fact that he's so dark makes me think that he's gray. Even when I'm squatted down. He's still tiny. Hi. Guess what? We get 2 more. It's just gonna be warmer out.
Regina and Kevin.
Karen's at like close to, I don't know, she's 200 and close to 250, I think. Doesn't even look real. He's just wandering. He's like,
Where's that corner?
what is going on? One smacking. Oh. Oh. Oh my god. I'm just gonna take a little cuddle session. I have no clean clothes left. I have amniotic fluid and poop. Rachel hasn't, she's, every time she thinks a camera is slightly near her, she's just like,
I get yelled at so much.
no, I'm gonna punch you. No, you do not.
She's abusive.
Okay, let me give him a little Enema, because we still haven't seen him eat, but she's having a minute, so might leave you here with him, and then we're gonna go check on Charlotte really quick. I still haven't checked on Charlotte. It's her due date. You liked me for a minute. You're about to not. Will you come hold his little tail up? Oh, good. Yeah, hold his little front. Oh, it's so tiny. Luckily, this is like semi-lubed. So with minis, you don't have to do nearly as much.
It looks like it's all coming out of the bottle.
Some of it is, but. Whoop. Maybe all of it was?
He has gray around his
Oh yeah,
eyes.
he's for sure gray. He's gonna gray out. I don't think as much got in there as it looks like it did. This one might have been defective. So we'll just watch for poop. And we might have to do another one. His muzzle's super gray, so pretty sure. I think her last 2 babies were gray. She might be homozygous. Gray babies do not come out gray. They always come out a really hyperpigmented version of a base color, and then they turn gray. And he's got the eyes and the nose that's rimmed with gray, so he's gonna be gray. Why don't we go get some milky? Because you look tired, but you need to eat first. Don't fight it. Hey, Mama. He's just gonna root around here for a minute, okay? You lick on him, bite him. Oh, there we go. Did you get it? Actually, once I like put her into a smaller space last night, he settled into eating a lot better. It's like when he had this much space, he was very curious, and so he just kept wandering off and not committing to eating.
Yeah.
So he took a while to eat, but then once he got it, he was eating up a storm.
Perfect.
Eat. Hi, Mama. It's okay. You're such a good mama, though. I'm glad that we moved the donkeys, so there's only a couple minis out there, and we'll just put them in the grass. Hi, you big boy.
Well, his joints feel great.
Good, good.
Listen here.
No. He's so mad that we're holding him still right now. He wants to go. Oh.
You have a strong heart, sir.
Woo! As he rears up.
Any arrhythmias, and his lung sounds are clear.
Good, good.
So that sounds good.
Good, good. Is your little neck okay? It was so cramped up last night. Have you done many mini births?
I've done one before, and it was
Okay.
a mini donkey.
Oh.
But no, this would be my first mini horse. My favorite part.
I know. Things up your butt. No fun.
Is Miss Coco
Not
producing
bad.
good milk?
Oh yeah.
She's got a really good bag.
And I heard he passed meconium too.
Yes. Yep, a lot of it.
Right? Good.
Yes.
Have you guys heard any coughing or?
Nope. Some sneezing when he stuck his face in the sawdust, but other than that. I've had more mini horses headbutt me in the face, though, like unexpectedly.
All right.
I gotta stand up for a second, buddy.
Let me just look in his mouth real quick.
Whoop.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, they put you behind me.
You know, we can give him a break, and I can look at the mom.
Okay, cool. I'm sure she bruised, but I just want to make sure that there's nothing more we didn't see last night.
Did you notice any discomfort?
You know, not really. And he said he didn't think she tore, at least, you know, exteriorly, but I just want to make sure.
Yeah, we'll take a look.
I can't believe he has not a stitch of white on him. I mean, thank God. Love him. Love him. But his daddy is the most marked up pinto, gorgeous stallion. His mama, you can't tell because she's grayed out now. She's also pinto. She's super marked up. Solid.
You red horses.
Luckily, he's gray. He's gray. I want so bad to put him next to Moose to see what the size difference is.
That's crazy.
I just don't think that's in the cards.
Yeah.
I also want to take him once they've settled down into the shop and sit on the couch with him. I just want to go let him run around and like recap it.
Yeah.
You
You're
know?
good.
I think Coco, after a couple of days, I think she would just stand there.
You think so?
I think she would just stand there and let him do it.
You could put in a little horsey door. How old is Coco?
She's 7 or 8.
Okay.
I can't remember in January if she was turning 8 or.
How many foals has she had?
This is her 3rd.
Third foal.
I did not have her with the first 2,
Okay.
so I'm not sure how she did.
Okay.
His little slow. Oh, he's about to take a nap.
She passed some normal manure.
Yeah.
So she did pass some, and then I was telling Rachel, I'm pretty sure, you can tell me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure she just emptied out. So there's been a couple times she's looked like she's trying to poop and just nothing's coming out.
Okay.
Every mini mare I've had has done that, and it's just been because they just emptied their system prior to birthing. So
For sure.
I guess we'll just watch her for straining.
Her heart rate sounds good. She has good gut sounds, and you know, if she's passing normal manure, she seems pretty comfortable right now. Just keep an eye on her.
Do you think, because we were considering with him being so zoomy, we might put them out for like 30 minutes to an hour today and let them just like get outside before it rains this weekend?
It is a beautiful day.
Do you think they need to stay in, or?
Let's see what his IgG levels look like.
Okay.
But if he's this comfortable and everything, then for a short amount of time.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem uncomfortable, like with palpation or anything.
Just crazy. So he didn't see tearing or major bruising.
No tearing. Comfortable with palpation, so everything looks good there.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Can't honestly believe that she has
Yeah.
nothing cut after last night.
And I heard you guys give her a dose of Banamine
I did.
last night, so I think that's great. If you guys want to give her another one today,
Okay.
and then we can kind of monitor after
Yeah,
that.
I gave it to her at like
6:30.
6:30 or 7. So
7.
if you want to go ahead and give her another one, I'd be okay with that.
Sure, let's do that.
Yeah.
And then we can go ahead and get his blood pulled.
Yeah, perfect.
All right.
You want me to do his blood now, or do you want to give her? Which one do you want to do? Oh, we
Do it
got the
now.
blood. Yeah.
We'll do it now. We'll get that started.
Hi, big boy. I know you're not gonna like this. I think he's smaller than Jack. Do you think?
I can't even remember.
I can't remember.
You know, Liza had trouble pushing him. This one?
Like, no, I think Jack was just spunkier. I just think I forget how tiny they are.
Yeah.
Easy, buddy.
1, 2, 3.
Easy, buddy. Good boy. Good boy.
I'll get that running.
She's good.
Okay. 2 sticks.
2 sticks. She's good.
I remember one year, it was an intern, I think, on Squirt. It was rough. I mean, they're so tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mom.
I know. They stuck him with needle.
9:55. We'll have those.
Oh, I thought you meant his IgG score was 955.
IgG, yeah.
I was like, that's good.
I mean, hopefully. Let me
I was
just
like,
get
wow,
that.
little guy.
And then we'll just look at his umbilicus too. Have you guys do you guys like to dip it?
Yeah, we did it.
What do you guys use?
Iodine.
Uh-oh, is your mom shedding?
Oh yeah, he's got white hairs all over him from her. We could do a little groom on her before we take her out. She's not happy. No.
Just want to watch him nurse a little bit.
Yeah, he actually has been. Like this whole time. Oh, I hear it going down. I got all my mini mares from a place in Ocala that's really, really well known, and they all do like shows and stuff. So I don't think she showed, but she comes from a really, really prominent like show line, and I bred her to a like national grand champion stallion, and so that's what came out. But both of them were pintos, and he came out so solid.
Yeah, he did.
So maybe they bred you to the wrong stud. I'm gonna call Chandler. Just kidding, I already did. I already complained. Well, thank you so much for. I'm so glad y'all were here last night.
Me too.
I'm so glad y'all were here last night. Oh, that made me feel a lot better.
Got it on the camera too.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
So I'll go back to the clinic and run a CBC on him.
Okay.
Just to make sure his white blood cell count's good, and I'll let you know.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Ooh. TikTok. Ready? Okay, well, Glenjamin, we are glad you're here. I hope you enjoyed the rest of that birth footage and, you know, what we had with our phone footage. I'm so grateful that he and Coco are safe and happy in here. Stay tuned for more updates and let us know if you have any questions.